A salmon caught today in Norway could be sashimi in Tokyo tomorrow. Over 2 million tons of this prized fish are transported across the globe each year, moving through an intricate web of logistics that spans oceans, continents, and time zones. From the cold, pristine waters of Norway, Chile, and Canada to sushi bars in New York and supermarkets in Paris, every salmon embarks on a high-speed journey where freshness is everything. The challenge? Salmon is one of the most perishable foods on the planet, with a freshness clock that starts ticking the moment it leaves the water. Too warm, and bacteria thrive, ruining its delicate texture and flavor. Too cold, and the fish can suffer freeze damage, altering its quality. And with consumers demanding sushi-grade freshness thousands of miles away from where the fish is harvested, the pressure is immense. How do producers ensure that a fish caught in the icy waters of Norway one morning arrives in a Los Angeles restaurant, still as fresh as if it had just been pulled from the sea? What kind of technology, logistics, and sheer human ingenuity make this possible? The journey of salmon is more than just transportation. It's a high-stakes operation where science, sustainability, and global demand collide. Before a salmon ever reaches a dinner plate, its journey begins in some of the most breathtaking marine environments on Earth. The world's largest salmon exporters, Norway, Chile, and Canada, dominate global production, supplying millions of tons of fish each year. In these regions, aquaculture has evolved into a highly sophisticated industry, with vast floating farms dotting the coastlines, nestled between towering fjords or anchored in the frigid waters of the Pacific. In contrast to wild-caught fish, which rely on nature's unpredictable rhythms, farmed salmon are nurtured in environments where every detail, from water temperature to feeding schedules, is carefully controlled. This ensures a steady, year-round supply to meet global demand. From the moment a salmon hatches, every aspect of its growth is meticulously monitored. The fish begin their lives in freshwater hatcheries, where they are nurtured in temperature-regulated tanks until they are strong enough to be transferred to open-sea pens. These massive net enclosures are engineered to replicate the salmon's natural habitat while protecting them from predators and diseases. Water quality, oxygen levels, and feed composition are constantly adjusted using advanced monitoring systems, ensuring optimal health and growth rates. It takes approximately 2 to 3 years for a salmon to reach market size, usually around 5 to 6 kilograms, 11 to 13 pounds. But once a salmon reaches its peak, a delicate, high-speed process begins to ensure it arrives at its final destination in perfect condition. Harvesting salmon is a race against time, and precision is everything. The moment a fish is removed from the water, its quality begins to degrade. To counteract this, fish are guided through a highly efficient harvesting system designed to minimize stress, which is crucial. High stress levels can cause the fish to release lactic acid, compromising texture and flavor. In modern aquaculture facilities, salmon are often pumped directly from their ocean pens into well boats or processing plants, where they are swiftly stunned using humane electrical or percussive stunning methods. This ensures a quick and painless transition, preventing excessive movement that could damage the flesh. Immediately afterward, the fish are bled, a critical step in maintaining pristine coloration and taste. If done incorrectly, residual blood can lead to off flavors, bacterial growth, and discoloration, significantly reducing the fish's market value. Once harvested, the salmon enter the most crucial phase of their journey, cooling and processing. The goal is to drop the fish's temperature to just above freezing, typically between 0 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit, as quickly as possible. The faster this happens, the longer the fish retains its peak freshness. This is where modern cold chain logistics come into play. Some facilities use ultra-efficient chilling tanks, where fish are submerged in near-freezing slush ice, instantly reducing their temperature. Others utilize high-pressure chilling systems that cool the fish in minutes. The speed at which this process occurs can determine whether a salmon reaches its destination in perfect condition or loses value due to spoilage. Once chilled, the fish are graded, filleted, and packed. There are two main pathways a salmon can take from this point: fresh or frozen. Fresh salmon is the most valuable, but also the most challenging to transport. It must reach its final destination within 48 to 72 hours, making air freight the only viable option for long-distance shipments. To prepare for air transport, The fish are packed into insulated polystyrene boxes, layered with gel ice packs, and sometimes placed in modified atmosphere packaging to slow down bacterial growth. Each shipment is labeled with strict temperature guidelines, ensuring that handling teams maintain the cold chain at every stage of transport. The logistics of moving fresh salmon from remote coastal regions to global markets is nothing short of remarkable. In Norway, for example, freshly packed salmon is loaded onto refrigerated trucks and driven to major airports like Oslo or Bergen. From there, it is quickly transferred to cargo planes bound for destinations such as Japan, the United States, or China. In some cases, direct charter flights are arranged solely to transport salmon, ensuring the shortest possible transit time. Once the plane lands, the salmon must clear customs rapidly. Any delay in processing can lead to temperature fluctuations, compromising freshness. After customs clearance, the fish are transported in refrigerated trucks to distribution centers, supermarkets, or high-end restaurants. However, not all salmon takes the airborne express route. While fresh salmon dominates high-end markets, frozen salmon is the preferred option for large-scale distribution and processed food industries. Unlike fresh salmon, frozen shipments can afford longer transport times, making ocean freight the most cost-effective option. After processing, salmon destined for freezing undergoes an ultra-rapid blast freezing process at temperatures as low as -40 degrees Celsius, -40 degrees Fahrenheit. This method prevents ice crystals from forming within the flesh, preserving texture and flavor. The frozen fish are then packed into insulated shipping containers, which maintain sub-zero temperatures for weeks at a time. Some of these refrigerated containers, known as reefer containers, are equipped with advanced climate control systems, ensuring that each shipment arrives in perfect condition, whether it's bound for a supermarket in Europe or a processing plant in the United States. Despite the sophistication of these transport networks, challenges abound. Weather disruptions, logistical bottlenecks, and even geopolitical events can throw the entire supply chain into chaos. A snowstorm at an airport could ground flights, leaving tons of salmon stranded. A backlog at a shipping port might delay frozen cargo for days. And as global demand increases, the environmental impact of transporting millions of tons of fish, especially via carbon-intensive air freight, is becoming a major concern. For this reason, the industry is actively exploring new transport solutions. Some companies are developing hybrid transport models, using short-sea shipping routes combined with high-speed rail to reduce the need for air freight. Others are investing in electric or hydrogen-powered cargo ships, cutting emissions while maintaining efficiency. And with advancements in packaging technology, some fresh salmon shipments are now transported in controlled atmosphere sea containers, extending shelf life just long enough to allow for slower, more sustainable transport methods. Regardless of the route taken, the journey of a salmon from ocean farm to dinner plate is a marvel of modern logistics. But while the transportation process has been optimized to near perfection, the industry still faces numerous challenges. From maintaining strict temperature control to dealing with supply chain disruptions, keeping salmon fresh across vast distances is no easy feat. Transporting salmon across the globe is a race against time, but the journey is filled with challenges. Unlike durable goods, salmon is highly perishable, requiring strict temperature control, rapid logistics, and flawless coordination. Any disruption, whether a delayed flight, a customs holdup, or a power failure in cold storage, can mean financial losses, food waste, or compromised quality. With over 2 million tons of salmon moving through international supply chains each year, even the slightest mishap can have major consequences. Cold chain integrity is paramount. Fresh salmon must stay between 0 degrees Celsius and 2 degrees Celsius, 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 35.6 degrees Fahrenheit, a fragile balance where even minor fluctuations can invite bacteria or cause freeze damage. From harvest to destination, this precise temperature must be maintained across multiple transport stages, each posing its own risks. A single weak link, a malfunctioning cooling unit, a loading delay, or improper handling can lead to spoilage. Some exporters have lost entire shipments simply because of a minor temperature spike during transit. Air transport, though essential for fresh salmon, is another logistical challenge. Unlike frozen shipments, which can travel by sea for weeks, fresh salmon has a strict 48 to 72-hour delivery window. However, air freight is unpredictable. Flight delays due to weather, overbooked cargo holds, or mechanical issues can strand salmon at airports, where prolonged exposure to fluctuating conditions threatens quality. A snowstorm in Oslo or a strike at an airport in Frankfurt can ripple through the supply chain, forcing exporters to scramble for alternative routes. And once a shipment is delayed beyond a certain threshold, it may no longer meet the freshness standards required by high-end markets, resulting in costly rejections. Even after reaching its destination, salmon must clear customs, where inspections, paperwork delays, or regulatory changes can slow things down. Different countries have different food safety standards, and a minor labeling error or temperature discrepancy can lead to entire shipments being held up or rejected. Once through customs, the salmon must be quickly transported to distribution centers, grocery stores, and restaurants. But urban congestion, logistical bottlenecks, or shortages of refrigerated trucks can slow deliveries, jeopardizing freshness. Food waste is another major issue. Due to strict quality standards, even slightly degraded salmon may be discarded. If a shipment is delayed by just a few hours or falls outside a supermarket's freshness requirements, the fish may never reach consumers. Some companies are repurposing near-expired salmon into processed foods like smoked salmon or fish oil, but the challenge remains, moving fresh fish fast enough to minimize waste. Finally, there's the environmental cost. Air freight, the backbone of fresh salmon transport, has a high carbon footprint. A single transatlantic cargo flight emits thousands of metric tons of CO2, raising concerns about sustainability. Some companies are exploring alternative routes, using modified atmosphere packaging to extend shelf life for slower sea freight, or investing in hybrid electric transport solutions. But balancing speed, cost, and environmental impact remains a difficult equation. Despite the immense challenges of transporting fresh salmon across the world, cutting-edge innovations are reshaping the industry, improving efficiency, reducing waste, and making global seafood logistics more sustainable. From high-tech packaging to smart sensors and alternative transport methods, salmon's journey is becoming more precise, controlled, and environmentally conscious. One of the most significant advancements is real-time temperature monitoring. In the past, exporters relied on insulated packaging and ice packs, with little visibility into what happened during transit. Today, IoT-enabled sensors are revolutionizing the process. Tiny, wireless devices placed inside salmon shipments continuously track temperature, humidity, and even oxygen levels. These sensors send real-time alerts to logistics teams, allowing them to take immediate action if a shipment experiences a temperature fluctuation. If a cooling unit fails in an airport warehouse or a delay leaves fish sitting on a tarmac, companies can quickly intervene, rerouting shipments, adjusting storage conditions, or instructing handlers to take corrective measures. Modified atmosphere packaging, MAP, is another breakthrough that extends the shelf life of fresh salmon. Instead of being packed with regular air, salmon fillets are sealed in an environment with carefully controlled oxygen and carbon dioxide levels. This slows bacterial growth and oxidation, allowing salmon to stay fresh for up to 10 days instead of the usual 3 to 5 days. MAP is particularly useful for shipments that take alternative routes, such as high-speed rail or hybrid sea freight, reducing reliance on air transport while maintaining quality. Speaking of alternative transport, the industry is actively exploring ways to reduce its dependence on carbon-intensive air freight. Traditionally, fresh salmon had no choice but to travel by plane to meet strict freshness demands. But new logistics models are emerging. Some companies are now shipping fresh salmon by sea in specially designed climate-controlled containers that maintain near-freezing temperatures while slowing natural spoilage. By using these containers, salmon can reach markets in Europe or North America within 7 to 10 days instead of the usual 48 hours by air, but with nearly the same level of freshness. This shift is already reducing costs and carbon emissions, making salmon transport more sustainable. Hybrid-powered shipping is another exciting development. Some seafood exporters are investing in eco-friendly vessels equipped with battery electric propulsion, solar-assisted refrigeration, and low-emission fuels. While still in the early stages, these innovations are helping to reduce the environmental footprint of large-scale salmon transport. Additionally, some European markets are beginning to integrate high-speed rail into the seafood supply chain, offering a middle ground between slow sea freight and high-emission air travel. Beyond transport itself, AI-powered logistics are optimizing the entire salmon supply chain. Advanced software can now analyze weather patterns, predict flight delays, and automatically adjust shipping routes in real time. If a storm threatens a major airport hub, AI systems can reroute shipments before disruptions occur, reducing the risk of spoilage and delays. These predictive models help companies make smarter decisions, ensuring that fresh salmon reaches its destination as efficiently as possible. The future of salmon transport is evolving rapidly. With smarter packaging, real-time tracking, and greener shipping alternatives, the industry is finding ways to balance speed, cost, and sustainability. As global demand for fresh seafood continues to rise, these innovations will play a crucial role in ensuring that salmon can travel across the world while maintaining the highest quality standards. The journey of salmon from ocean to plate is a race against time, relying on precision logistics, advanced cooling, and rapid transport. Despite challenges like delays and environmental concerns, innovations in tracking, packaging, and greener shipping are transforming the industry. That melt-in-your-mouth bite of salmon isn't just seafood. It's the result of a global race against time, an intricate dance of science, logistics, and innovation. So next time you savor it, take a moment to appreciate the journey. And if you love stories like this, stay with us for more fascinating insights into the hidden world of food logistics.